Alright folks, we are back. I am Shipwreck Sean and this is episode 29. Starting to lose count. In this episode we will be sailing basically north up to Oasis. I'm very excited about this sail because it has been quite a while since I've went from the Academy to Oasis. I believe the last time I did this was in fact episode 5. And that's both off and on camera. So it should be a bit of fun. Let's check the wind and see what it's looking like. It is behind us a touch, so I'm going to leave via the jib since we've got a little bit of sideward motion. Going to haul that in quite a bit. I think if we just keep the jib like that, we'll be able to keep it in the same place for the whole turn until we're facing, well, pretty much roughly where the camera's facing now. You want to be a smidge, basically in between north and north-northeast, but not by too much. I mean, I've got this prepared for this exact purpose. If you draw a line from the Academy, you can see that that line, when it came up, is in the middle of north and north-northeast. So as long as she can hold, we will be fine. So I'm just passing, yep, we have passed the dock for now. I'm going to illuminate this vessel. And get her turned round, and I'll have a wee think about what sails I would like to put up. It looks like we'll be a bit of a beam reach, so we'll definitely want the gaffs. And then we'll just kind of take it from there. Bit of a slow turn. I think I'll pull that jib in a wee bit more. And start to think about getting the gaffs out. Here we go, gaff 1, in which I'm just going to ease off on the winch just a touch. And then gaff 2. I do like a nighttime sail. And we will do the very same and ease off on that a touch. And let's keep our eye on the compass. Now that is starting to look a lot better. Going to turn her somewhere about here and just let her turn slowly. Now this is a good test of the upgraded Sanbuq that we've got, our Perigo. However, there's another reason I'm going to Oasis, and I'm debating in my head if I want to say it or not. Goodbye, Alank Academy. But basically, someone has let me in on a little bit of a secret. Now, I know about this secret from watching other YouTubers, but I haven't explored what that means. I'm trying to be purposefully vague here. I think most of you who watch my channel are a bit further ahead than me in Sailwind. So you probably know what I'm alluding to. That was not the correct winch. We're still rusty. But basically, what we need to do is get to Oasis, deliver our missions and sell what we have to sell, and then go and find the wee guy or the wee gal that's at the tavern and give them a wee drink and see what they've got to say. We are very hungry. I think I'll have some of that sunspot fish that I bought in the last episode, just to preserve the bread a wee bit. We're not quite ready to go for a full ocean voyage yet. Let's just shove a couple in here. But when we do, we'll completely restock food anyway. one more, and that should be grand. And then we don't have much in terms of bottles of water left, but we do have our big 10 unit bottle waiting and raring to go. How is she holding course? That looks pretty good to me. I don't want her going too quickly just yet, because I would like to nap, and I think this is probably the best time to do it, because that will give me the whole of tomorrow and hopefully some daylight. What time is it? Coming up for 5 in the morning, so we'll get some daylight very soon. So yeah, lights off immediately. We'll head out here and get our mainmast light off. And we might keep our little night light on, just for comfort. So hopefully we wake up still holding course, because I'm nervous. And I feel like the game's going to throw a storm at me. What do you think, folks? Bet your money on it. Okay, time for La Perigo, the danger nap. Good night. What did I say, folks? I've woken up. I have not fully slept, but it is getting a bit choppy out there. Can we see a storm in any direction? Or is this just the sea state? Now that I can see, I'm quite happy with the sails. Don't think I'm quite ready to get the squares out yet. They do all need to be sorted though. So let's do some housekeeping. So our main, well, first of all, the top square needs to come round to the starboard side just a touch. So that'll be this one. We need to ease out over here. Am I doing anything? Okay, let's completely ease out on both. There we go. So, that looks straight to me. And can that come in? Nice. Over here. I'm just completely throwing myself with these, with these sheets. Okay, so ease out. Pull in. Get the rest in there. Mostly straight. The top mast isn't perfect. We're holding course pretty well. I did see Gold Rocks. There's our storm. Out to our port side. Gold Rock City. Somewhere over there. So I'm going to go to the gap in the middle. And that's pretty much exactly south-southeast. So I'm going to come along to Gold Rock. Gap in the middle here, which is south-southeast. And we've been heading from Alank Academy and this angle that we judged earlier. So I believe, I'll just make a wee drop out here, that I am roughly here. Which is looking good to me. And that still takes us in roughly the same direction as we're heading. So far so good. I'm just fighting with the user interface here. We've got the rain. So this will be a real good test. She has turned ever slightly to starboard, but I'm not going to fiddle too much with that. Let me check that map again. Can I get away with... I think I can maybe danger nap myself through this storm. Is that silly? Because then we might get stuck out at sea and have to rely on our navigation. What time is it? Well, we would be able to do a noon reading in about an hour if I knew where the sun was. Well, there's the sun. I think it's going to be quite hard to do a noon reading. And I've not actually set up. So to have the clock here, I can be staring at the clock. That's going to be hard. I'd need to have the clock on a table, maybe out here for a noon reading. Or in my inventory, actually. And then we need the sundial. Like so. Just in case. Now, even if I do sail past it, we are going to wake up, hopefully, in the day. I just don't know how well she's holding course at this point in time. So we'll give her a wee minute like that. And it's been that long since I've used double sails, so let me think. If she's bow forward, then I need to pull the mizzen in. Sorry, if she's... Let me rephrase that. If she's turning in the direction the wind is going in, then I need to tighten the mizzen. And vice versa, I need to tighten the main, I think. I'm pretty sure. And that jib I'm quite happy with. Could probably open it up just a wee bit, but... Yeah, I'm risking it, folks. I'm risking it. Risky business. We're all about jeopardy, as I always say here at Shipwreck Shoonie. Let's have a couple of good luck swigs of water. Let's just launch this. Oh. Goodbye. And let's give it a go. See you then. Okay, we have woken up and she's kept direction pretty well. Slight issue in that I can't tell if I can still see Gold Rock from the range I'm at because annoyingly the storm's in the way. So I just got to keep looking around to see if I can spot the lighthouse. But that was a shorter sleep. So we can't have gone that far. But I've been wrong before, and I'm sure I'll be wrong again. So it's a little bit squeaky bum time at the moment. I think I'll just nervously reel in a fish. I'd like to actually cook a few fish to see how long it takes. How hungry am I? I think I can get away with eating 2 cooked fish. And we'll use 1 log for that. The hook's not even in the water yet. There we go. Oh, and I can see Gold Rock. Let's ditch that for now. Hope that doesn't pull in. Wait for the waves to go down and I'll get a reading on Gold Rock. Okay, over in that direction somewhere. Okay, Gold Rock is... I'll just aim for the peak, really. Is between south and south-southeast. So Gold Rock, I'm aiming at the peak, so about here. It's between south and south-southeast. And we did hold our course. So I'll come up. So we should be... If I'm not mistaken, we should be right next to Oasis. Why can't I see it? Unless, of course, I am mistaken. Which is very likely. But Oasis should literally be within sights. I mean, yeah, between northeast and east-northeast, we should see the lighthouse. Oh no. Okay, well, I think I'm going to choose not to believe my readings, because you're supposed to not be able to see Gold Rock for a little bit before you can see the lighthouse. And I suppose it's quite a tight angle I'm trying to read from, so there's certainly room for error. And we are completely off course now. So I'll just turn us back and hope for the best. And in actual fact, it might actually be a good thing getting to night time now. No, we don't eat the bread. We eat the dried bread. For some reason. I suppose it doesn't matter because I'm not doing an ocean voyage yet, am I? For some reason my character did not want to eat that bread. But we have slept off most of the day, and I'm getting very, very nervous. Caught anything? It's not looking like it. Let's go and fill up our water bottle. Before it gets too dark and scary to go below deck. We don't want beer. We will take water. Right. This is not Sail the Seas, so I can't skip forward. Although you can get a little bit of a forced perspective if you look at the edges of the screen, which is what I'm trying to do right now. And nope, I'm not seeing any lighthouse just yet. Right, I've not been paying attention because I'm too busy yapping. So let's make sure she's heading the direction we want her to be heading. And then we'll check in a minute to see if she's still going there. And if not, I'll need to adjust sails, because she has gone off course a couple of times there. And the stars are going to be out soon, so I'll be able to check the North Star and all that fun and goodness. We want to be no higher than 33 degrees. And still at that -5 longitude. It's looking like it's getting dark enough to fire on a couple of lights. Go up and get this light on as well. Find that North Star. I've seen some people talking about how you can navigate with a wine bottle. So that doesn't look like it's as high as 33 yet, so that's good. That's given me a bit of comfort. I think it was Coupling Rhino. Surely it was Coupling Rhino. It might have even been on a Ico Loco video, talking about how you can navigate using a wine bottle just by aiming it at the stars and doing something. How does that work? Because I'd love to know. Caught any fish yet? What's going on? I'm just going to pull that in and stick to the food I've got. Maybe I don't have a hook. There is a hook on it. I'm just not patient enough. Okay, direction. Right, so she is blowing with the wind. So I might ease out a bit on the gaff. I think I've just seen the lighthouse as well. And I'm going to pull in on the mizzen just a touch. Yeah, that must be it. See it, folks? See that one orange glow? That's just gone behind the peak of a wave there. There it is. Just on the waterline there. That's good. You'll all be glad to hear you don't need to endure my usage of navigation instruments anymore. We are quite thirsty, so let's go through this. I think actually in the new update you don't have to keep clicking, it'll just do it over time nice and quickly. I need to try that out. Nutrition doesn't really matter because I will be staying at the tavern in Oasis, as I alluded to. So yeah, I'll just let you in on the secret. We are going to find the secret island that is off of Oasis. I've heard tales and stories from weary sailors that if you head westward from the sanctity of Oasis, you will find the secret island. Now, what I don't know, and I'm not lying here, is what's there, if anything, if there's missions, if you can make money from anything. That is what we're going to find out. So we are on our way to Oasis to speak to the lad or ladette in the tavern to find out what's the happening. And I think I'm ready for a little danger nap. I wouldn't mind this lantern dying so I can replace the candle. So I'm just going to leave that on as a nice little red nightlight. And we'll sleep off hopefully the last little leg. See you soon. Okay, wakey. It's still quite dark. You can see the lighthouse is a bit higher than the waterline now. She's holding course very nicely. Where's that spare candle? Did you all remember that from the last episode? Is it right click or left click? I don't want to drop anything. There we go. Oh, I'm going to do the YouTube thing in this episode because I don't know why. YouTube can be a fickle beast, but for some reason the last video that I uploaded, I know I said I was going to upload a video, I was going to keep recording, but I did watch two games of rugby in between. But it's not really sending the video out. I don't know if that's because it's sick of my accent or my titles or thumbnails are not quite up to par. So it'd be really great if anyone who hasn't subscribed does subscribe. Just because you're more likely to get a notification, I suppose, when I do upload. It feels weird saying that because I don't, as I say, I try not to value like amount of views and stuff like that too highly. It's just nice to get my videos out there. But I've already kind of achieved, oh, the wind has totally changed. I've already kind of achieved what I want to achieve in that there's a nice reliable community who comment on my videos and help me, as I've rambled on about a couple of times now. But yeah, it's I suppose it's good to do the YouTube thing every now and then and beg beg for subscriptions. I'm just opening up the sails a wee bit now because I notice that the wind is now behind us. And I suppose we could probably have a little bit of fun whilst we're at it. And get some squares out. Right, now that that top square's out, I want to see if I can work out what on earth I was doing wrong here. Well, I can't see it. So, okay, I think that the yard is too tight on the port side. So, if I ease out on the port side, but now to correct it. Oh no. I think it's because it's completely controlled. There we go. You can't really see it, but I think that's all right. Let's get the big square out. It's been a whole couple of episodes since I had the squares out. And I think this is the aft square. Yeah, so we are full sails at the moment. I'm going to struggle to adjust them perfectly because I can't see a thing. But it's good to get a bit of speed, right? There we go. Now we are full sails. I'd like quite a lot more lanterns actually. But what I think I'll do is when I get there, I will pull in all the squares first and then sail with just the jib and gaffs, and then I'll pull the gaffs in. So speaking of get there, it looks like we are pretty close. Can we see land yet? Yep, I think I can make out trees there. And yeah, we're actually coming in quite fast, so that was a fun use of the squares, right? Back in. It's good practice, isn't it, folks? So, bow square in. Let's take the main square back up. Get those yards kissing. Get the top sail in. And we do want to stay a decent distance east of the lighthouse. Why do I keep having a brain fart whenever I try and remember the word lighthouse? We want to stay kind of east of the lighthouse because I believe there's a sandbank in and around it. But that will do. It's not efficient, but I'm just going to pull the sheets of the gaffs in just a touch. Because we will be making a turn, and before I know it, everything will be happening at once. I was hoping for daytime, to get a nice daytime image of our lovely Sanbuq going past the lighthouse, but alas, it's not to be. Have you heard a bang there, folks? That's just, I live in a tenement, so that's just one of the neighbours deciding that they despise the front door. I did just get a comment whilst I was danger napping from Couple and Rhino to say you shouldn't have all your expensive gear in the same crate. So I should probably find a new way of storing everything. What I need is more tables. But there we go, we are rounding. How are we looking? I think we're completely avoiding the sandbanks here, which is good. But I'll just keep her going at this rate. And we'll think about pulling her in. It's going to be a long, long sail. In fact, no, I was going to say a long, long sail back to Gold Rock City. I'd tell a lie. Because as I say, we're going to the secret island. Now, I do know the name of it, because it is on that interactive map. But what's the fun in saying that now? And to be honest with you, I've only ever seen it written down. I'm not actually sure how it's pronounced. I've heard different YouTubers pronounce it, but the thing is that all of us Sailwind YouTubers have completely different accents. I'm filling the Scottish gap in the market. Right, I'm going to get the gaffs in. Oh, that's not... I keep doing that. The gaff halyards are on the port side, Sean. There we go. As such. And round here, port side, as such. And I'm happy with the jib as we turn in and it becomes more of a close haul. I think what we want to do is go up and round and back in a sort of U shape. So this is the lighthouse here. We want to come up, round and back down and then curl round for the harbour. It's weird, most islands on this interactive map have the actual harbour on it, but this one doesn't seem to. I like Oasis because it's got a right big harbour. You can just see the harbour there, underneath the cursor. I'm not quite used to our turning circle yet, so I'm a little bit nervous. So I'm just going to have to sail by my heart here. She's actually got a half decent speed, even just with the jib. I do like how it looks at night. And the reason I didn't say she there is because I mean the game. But I do like how she looks as well. Right, let's give this a bash. See if we can get away with it. So we are coming up for full beam reach. I don't know if I've given myself enough space here. I'm going to actually lock that helm on the turn and start pulling in on the leeward side. No, that won't help right now actually. We need to turn around a wee bit more. Would it help maybe if I had the mizzen out? Port side. There we go. Oh, I've just noticed that the sheet winch has only 2 spokes, whereas the actual halyard itself has 4. That's handy to know. That should help her turn right, I think. Again, I'm sailing with a heart here, not with any sort of sense. I will bring that down now. I believe we can take in our jib to where we had it originally before I started panicking. And we are going to go dead into the wind here. So let's try and avoid that for now. How would I want to do this? I was too busy being concerned about the turning circle that I didn't stop to think about anything else. Are we moving forward? Just. Ever so slightly. Maybe we're going slow enough that I can bring out the main gaff. I'm just going to pull that boom right in. Right, we're back to turn in, so straighten up this helm again. Main gaff out again to pick up speed. Oh, that was a bloody square sail. Is that the first time I've sworn on YouTube? I suppose bloody doesn't count. Close one. This is what we're wanting. And then when we do the turn, hopefully we'll just have enough speed that we can just get down to that harbour. How's this looking? What do we want to do here? Nah. So we're kedging. That's what's happening. And now we can get rid of the gaff. Oh, we've just narrowly missed that. I think we're going to get away with this. None of the sails that are out right now are very efficient, but we're moving forward and that's what matters. Well, hey. Oh. Bollard here. And bollard here. Lovely, we have made it to Oasis. Let's get these navigation lights off because it's just going to get brighter and brighter now. The time is 6:10 in the morning. I don't know why I had to open up the lid there. Okay folks, I've got a lot of things to take across, so it's going to take me a hot minute. And I don't think you want to see all that. So here is the money I'm on, 303. And I'll show you my reputation as well. And the Alang Archipelago, 11,382. So that's 11,382 reputation and 303 gold. And I'll go and start taking everything on now. So I'll see you when we are hopefully quite a bit richer. Okay folks, I've chucked everything in, right, but I can't seem to find the green tobacco. I definitely picked up green tobacco, right? I feel like... Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe green tobacco was just a mission to somewhere. But anyway, all of that in, we have 5,217 lions. As you can see, I used the cargo dude, the transport, whatever it's called. I am going to pull in on our stern line here. Just a bit. And then I'll show you what reputation we have. 13,185, so that was decent. Quite happy with that. We are going to be going to the secret island, but we will be going to Gold Rock City afterwards. So I'm just going to have a quick check and see if there's anything I can make decent money with to Gold Rock City. So we're going to look up here. Logs I can take, but logs are pretty heavy. I'm kind of scared to take logs because the only time I've ever sunk the Sanbuq before in my entire Sailwind career has been due to logs. Sculpture's pretty good. 800 weight, whereas the logs are 1,800. So actually sculptures are way better. So I think we'll take a couple of sculptures. I don't know if they'll fit below decks. They might need to fit on the deck. I'm definitely going to take one sculpture. We'll get the receipt later. Let's go and see what that does to the boat. Because the problem with the logs... Sorry, we've got a ship now. We don't have a boat. The issue I had with the logs is that whatever side you stood on, so you can see she's listing, but with the logs it was way worse. But if we shove sculptures in the centre there, we'll get away with it. She is sliding. Is that because I've opened these before? Can I take the sculptures below deck, or is that silly? Well, we can fit a massive crate of sculptures in here. We can actually take it a bit further forward, but I think I'm just going to keep it as centred as possible. Yeah, we'll just keep our sunspot fish out on deck because I rather enjoy having food as easily accessible as possible. There we go, now they're both open. Can I still get my instruments, couple and rhino? Phew. That would have been a rage quit moment. In fact, I might auto save. See, it says it in the bottom corner, the bottom middle. And there we go. Right, so I can probably get away with another set of sculptures, but I don't think I will for now. But that's already going to be a decent bit of profit. Tobacco's not going to get me much. Well, anything. Half decent profit on pork. Grain, goat's cheese. Oranges are not bad. Will we get a couple of crates of oranges? Yeah, go on. Bananas, coconuts, dates, rum, cider, meat, beer, sunspot fish, and tuna. So I'm pretty happy with what we've got, really. Don't want to go overboard, if you can excuse the pun. So, I'll dump these oranges on board, and then we'll head to the tavern. See what this is all about. This is not oranges to eat, this is oranges to sell, so they can come down below decks. Hoik. I'm pretty excited about this, actually. As I say, I've never been to the secret island. It begins with, I think it's like Elan Island, but starts with an E, something like that. Definitely butchering the pronunciation there. Has anyone taken multiple sculptures before? Would that be silly? Because I am tempted, because there's a lot of space up on that deck. Right. I'm going to leave our spyglass cozy over here. Hopefully it doesn't fall down the stairs. Are you going to be okay, sir? Yep. And then I'll see if I can drop this about here, because I'd like a full inventory whilst I'm in town. Let's go. We're thirsty after all my running around, but that's okay, because we're going to the pub. What you got? Goat's cheese. I suppose we'll be spending the night, won't we? Yeah, I won't bother buying anything. We'll go and spend the night. Oh, got a fright there because of that that shadow loading in. What have we got? We've got the ocean map. Does it have the secret island on the ocean map? Not really. It's actually past the edge of the ocean according to this map. But it's been a while since I've been here. Oh, there's a screenshot. The Sanbuq as she looks on towards... Can I get the harbour? There we go. Just look how beautiful. Look at all our lines. I'd love to measure how long all our lines combined are. Anyway, I'm distracting myself. What else have we got around here? He's got nothing on the table. I've got plenty of water and stuff. Don't need any of that. He sells raw fish. So we are straight to the pub. Always buy bread when you see it. That's the rules. We don't need any more water at this point in time. And I think we're good on alcohol. So let's spend the night, and I'll be with you in the morning to speak to our gadgie. Oh, morning lunges. Big stretch. Don't have to stare at me whilst I'm exercising. Some more bread. But of course, through the wall, someone wants a drink. What do? We'll get them some wine. Let's treat them. There you go. A boat has left the harbour recently, heading towards Gold Rock City carrying some lamb. Okay. I don't mean to call out the people that are kind enough to comment on my videos, but where are you? Raven WDA 007 says, give a drink to the sailor at the Oasis Inn. He tells you something interesting. Is it the lamb thing that's interesting? I thought it was going to be the secret island. Will I buy him another drink? Nope. Oh well, we'll just keep that bottle of water. So so we're going to make some money with lamb then. But let's just pretend that this person here has told us, oh, some sailors have headed westward and we don't know why. There's something afoot, something secret out there. That's what they said, right? Don't pay attention to this. So that is supposed to get you all excited that for the next episode, because that is of course where we will be headed. So if I zoom out, you can see that I've already prepared it. So let's clear all drawings and let's make a bit of a sail plan. We know it's going to be 122 nautical miles, or thereabouts. So that, I think that's about the same as from Alank Academy, maybe a bit longer. From the Academy 104, so, you know, an extra 15 or so nautical miles. And I think that took us a bit of, well, we left at night, we slept, woke up in the morning, slept again, and then we got very close. Did we sleep the last bit? I can't remember now. I need to rewatch the video, but either way, as long as we can keep perfectly westward, then we'll make it. So we want to set sail round the island, match yourself up to the middle of the island, and go. So that is what we're going to do. So I'll get back for a nice view of the boat. To be continued, folks. Thank you very kindly for joining me. I've been Shipwreck Sean, and I'll see you soon. Cheerio.